the Dougcaster. Welcome. How you doing? You doing all right? I'm doing okay. Hey, I hope you're doing all right too. I hope you're doing okay. So I'm off this week from my day job, messing with computer code. So took a week off. It was overdue. I haven't taken a full week off in quite a while. Sometimes if there's a 3-day weekend on account of a holiday, I'll take an extra day off on one end or the other to get 4 days. But full week off, you get the weekend on each side. That's 9 days. Hey, that's all right. Something I did this week, I gave my dog a haircut. It seems like just a couple months ago I gave him a haircut. But he's already starting to look, a little shaggy again, and it's getting hot out. He's a little Australian Shepherd, and he gets shaggy. He gets shaggy, and he's a black dog. Like most of his fur on the top is black. So out in the sun, we like to take walks and stuff. It gets hot for a little doggy when you got that black coat on all the time and you're walking in the sun. So I decided I was going to try to get it a little shorter, and I was thinking about taking him to a groomer. But so I actually just decided the clippers, because I've been using clippers but without any attachment, just sort of eyeballing it, just taking off a little bit here and a little bit there and a little bit here. But I can only go so short doing that, and it takes forever. Like I'll spend an hour or so a day for like 3 or 4 days between that razor and some scissors to try to get it about right. Fortunately, he's a pretty good dog. He tries to wander off, but he doesn't squirm too much. He's pretty good. He sits pretty still. But this time, I put the longest attachment for the clippers, put the longest attachment on him, and just kind of put that everywhere. And I'll tell you what, it looks pretty dang good. This might be the new strategy. Thin up his neck and that beard on his chest. Like, this doggy's looking good. So we did that, and we got him a bath, and he's looking good. Oh, yeah. So I started my vacation drinking pretty good. And after 3 or 4 days of that, and however many days preceded that, I just kind of got tired of being a drunk. I like to drink too much, and I end up being a drunk. It seems to be my default go-to. And I just kind of, it's getting old, and I don't do enough stuff, I don't do enough stuff. I end up sitting around and watching TV, or I end up having a good time, like listening to music or whatever. Woo, all right. But then the next day, just like lay around, and if you're particularly hungover, couple beers in the morning, get started, and sometimes that just keeps going all day, and it gets a little carried away. And I just wanted to take a break from it. So that's what I'm doing. I don't have a predetermined amount of time or anything, but I'm just going to take a break from it. So it's been a couple days, and you know what? I'm feeling a lot better already. Yesterday, I went for a nice long walk with the dog. The weather was beautiful. We walked over to Jean Leahy Mall we started on this side of the pedestrian bridge, back behind Harrah's Casino. And we walked across the pedestrian bridge and over to Jean Leahy Mall. And they got the little dog park there. Thought he could see some dogs. So we went in there, and there was one other dog there, and he was just leaving when we got there. So we sat in the dog park for a little bit, and he's kind of like, hey, there's no dogs here. This isn't exactly exciting. And I'm like, yes, I agree. So we walked around and headed back, and then I said, you know what? I feel like going for a bike ride. So we got home, and I set up the bicycle and that little attachment that I tow him on, and we took a nice long bike ride from my house all the way out to Manawa. Excuse me, maybe I can edit that out. Or maybe I won't, whatever. But anyway, took a nice long bike ride, towing him behind me out to Manawa. Funny thing, I was trying to find a nice shaded spot to stop that was kind of secluded, and ended up stopping in a spot and let him off. He ran around off leash, got a drink of water, this and that. And I looked at the ground, like this bare patch of brown dirt, and I saw like 3 ticks crawling on it. 3 ticks. The little arachnid insect that can carry Lyme disease and everything, and even Lyme disease and all that aside, nobody wants a tick on them sucking blood. That ain't no fun. And so I was like, oh shit, get back in here. Oh, I wonder how many ticks he got on him out in that grass there. So I checked him a little bit, and we headed back, and we stopped somewhere and let him run around in shorter grass and checked him again. Still didn't see any ticks. So, hey, I guess he got lucky somehow. Maybe that flea and tick stuff actually works. But had a good bike ride, and boy, I was tired. I was wore out when I got back. So ate some food and just chilled out. It's all good. Okay, so what are we doing on the podcast today? Who's our guest? Well, I tried to reach out and get a good guest for this podcast. I reached out to Gilbert Godfrey's people. Turns out he's dead, so he won't be appearing. Reached out to Norm Macdonald's people. I thought it'd be nice to meet Norm Macdonald. Nope, dead. His people told me he's dead. That's very unfortunate. Groucho Marx. I've always been a big fan of the Marx brothers. I reached out to Groucho Marx's people, and they said, he's been dead practically your whole life. Okay. Well, I'm just joking. Didn't reach out to these people's people, and I knew they were all dead already. I don't have anybody this week for the podcast. So what we're going to do, it's been several weeks, probably maybe a month ago. I was over in JP's garage, and we did a little jamming together, a little freestyling. So we put up some beats from YouTube, like beats that are intended for you to be able to use. And if you're going to use them, you need to give the beat creator credit in the title, or you need to purchase a lease to use the beat. But we were just throwing these up on YouTube and kind of like recording in the moment. So I really don't know who created these beats, and I wouldn't be able to find them again if I tried. So if there's a beat being used later on and it happens to be one of yours, and for some miracle of a reason you're able to hear this podcast, hey, let me know. I'll give you a credit in the YouTube description. They're pretty good beats. But anyway, we threw a beat on YouTube, and Josh would mess with a guitar or keyboard, or in some instances both. And I would just make up lyrics just on the spot, having never heard the beat before, not knowing what JP's going to do. And it was kind of fun. So I'm going to play a few of those for you. And I'll I printed off some of the lyrics after the fact. Like I listened to it and typed out what I'd said and printed it off. So I might go through some of the lyrics with commentary and be like, oh, I made this up. What's that all about? Oh, Doug, you're so weird. So that's what we got coming. And at the very end of this, like the last few minutes, I have a special treat for you. What is it? Well, it's going to have to hang in there and see what it is, but it's good. It's good. I'll tell you this much. It's pretty dang good. And it cracks me up. So, all right. Before we get to that, something else I did today. I've just been chilling out today. It's a rainy day. Chilled out, sitting around, listening to some podcasts. I listened to way too many podcasts, but that's okay. Actually finished watching an episode of Deadwood I started last night and didn't finish. Rewatching Deadwood. Deadwood's great. I love the language. I love the writing. Like the the things they say. Nothing particularly comes to mind right now, but it's just the language. The writing on that show is just so excellent. It's like little sections of stage plays scattered throughout. Okay, so I'm rambling. Something I did today, I meditated a little bit for like probably wasn't 10 minutes, 5 or 7 minutes, something like that. Boy, I haven't done that in a long, long time. And I tell you what, after I did that, my mind was a lot clearer. Like I just felt more relaxed. Like I've been kind of like, I don't know. My brain's been kind of lately. I had an incident, not really an incident. So this is weird. So I went to get breakfast at Jonesy's yesterday. No, it wasn't breakfast. It was later in the day. Yeah, I'd missed breakfast. So it was lunch. I got some lunch, but they still had coffee, so I got a coffee. So I sit, I'm sitting there eating my meal, and there's this older guy, and then this younger fella. I don't know how the younger fellow is, probably, I don't know, high school or just after. And they're sitting there talking their Christianity, religious stuff, and I didn't want to listen to this stuff while I'm sitting here having breakfast. For anybody that doesn't know, I'm pretty much a atheist, but I'm spiritual in a we're all part of the universe kind of way, and yada, yada, yada. So that's where I'm coming from. And boy, the older I get, the less tolerance I have for bullshit. And you think about like just if somebody says they're a Christian, then they're alleging that they actually believe that the God came down in the flesh, born from a virgin, and that he died up on a cross in a horrible, horrific manner so that everybody could have salvation. And with God being, it's just like, what a crazy thing to believe. Oh, and then he rose 3 days later. He came back from the dead 3 days later, and he's going to come back. And boy, you better be ready. I mean, that's a pretty wild little tale. And I mean, they've been hearing it their whole lives, so like they're kind of numb to it. But it's like, come on, what year is it? How can you believe such silly things? Oh, but there's a lot of silly beliefs out there, a lot of silly beliefs. And then like, Christian nationalism is a sweeping thing, and like it's even people that aren't religious on certain political parties use that to try to it's just a big contributor to the mess we're in, I feel. And the sense of impending doom, it just adds to the sense of impending doom. And anyway, so with all these things, like I didn't want to listen to these guys talk about their stuff, and they're back there going, oh yeah, God made everybody different, oh everybody in this room, he just on and on and on, and just I'm trying to ignore it, but it's ruining my day. It's just ruining my day, which probably says more about me than it does about them. But I didn't come here to listen to this stuff. And the kid starts talking about, I don't know, they started talking about the war in between Israel and Gaza, which I'm not going to wade into that, but anyway, the kid was saying there's a song that I think speaks really well about it, and I think it's got a good message from God that we could take, and it's by this band Black Sabbath, and I'm like, what? Black Sabbath? And he goes on, he's like, yeah, War Pigs is the name of the song. And he starts going through some of the lyrics to the old guy. And he's like, I just feel like that's a powerful message from God or something like that. And I just couldn't flip and take it. I actually like turned around and like, hey, I'm sorry for eavesdropping, but like, I'm sorry, but I can't help it. And you're trying to, and then he had said something about Ozzy Osbourne doing that song live and talking about his Christian beliefs through, and like maybe later in life when he was out of it. And I like, he's at a point now where like they tell him what to do. Like Sharon starts dragging him to church. He's a Christian, whatever. Ozzy's, he's barely there anymore. Right. Or is he? Is he still like solid? I don't know. But he's been a wild, wild man. So anyway, back to the point. I'm like, so Black Sabbath, like even the name, like and Ozzy Osbourne wasn't like the divine lyricist for this. Like Ozzy wasn't good at coming up with lyrics. He would be like making up nonsense, but to a rhythm. And then I think it was the bassist would write lyrics for it, just trying to come up with like evil, dark shit, Like he tried to make it as evil and dark as, like they literally have a song that's like, my name is Lucifer, please take my hand. But anyway, and I'm just like, and Ozzy, his whole thing, like, was like just drugs and debauchery. I didn't, and I don't know. I just kind of like made my point that like, you can't take this and make it a religious thing. And then I just kind of like got up and went up to the bar and paid real quick and left. But it just it shook me up. I was just like, ah! Oh my God. Yeah, one time Ozzy tried to, I'm sure you've heard this story before, but one time Ozzy tried to out party, what was it, Motley Crue? And they were, or not out party, out crazy. I don't remember what went back and forth. One of them did something, then Ozzy did something, one of them did something, Ozzy did something, one of them did something. And they were like by a pool and there was a long line of ants, marching somewhere. And Ozzy he took a straw or something and just did a big old line. He just snorted this line of ants like they were drugs or something. Just big old line of ants. And so he won the crazy contest, I guess. Whew. But anyway, so I don't know why. Like it's like I said, it says more about me than them, but man, it just bothered me. And then, you end up getting lost in thought for no reason. Like you're doing something and then you just go back to that and you think, oh, I should have said this. I should have said that. I shouldn't have said anything, blah, 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 blah. Boy, that's really a problem because of this and blah, 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 blah. And just think, yeah, just getting all stuck in my head for no reason. Hate that. So I decided to try a little meditating today, which I haven't done in a long time. And I'll tell you what, I felt so much better afterwards. And I think I'm going to have to start doing that more. And I don't know, for some reason, when I'm not drinking, it seems like the meditation comes a little easier to me. I don't know. I'm going to do real quick. I'm going to tell you like a super simple introduction to meditation. So, what you want to do, and if you don't want to do this right now, you can skip ahead a couple minutes and come back, or maybe you just listen to it and like remember it and then try it again later. So, like basic meditation is super simple. So, what you do is you want to sit in a comfortable position with your back, kind of sitting up tall with your back straight, and you can sit like I don't know what they call it. We used to call it Indian style when I was a kid, but that's not a good way to call it. I don't think it's politically correct anymore, but crisscross applesauce or whatever, but just sitting on the floor with your legs crossed is a good position. Or if it's more if it's more comfortable to you, sit in like a straight back chair, like sort of like a kitchen chair, but you don't even need to be leaning against the back because you're sitting up straight, but just kind of sit comfortably, rest your hands in your lap, however's comfortable for you. And you close your eyes. You take a couple deep breaths through your nose and out your mouth, and then you just sit and breathe. And you just pay attention to your breath, like wherever it's most prominent to you, whether it's in the air coming in and out of your nostrils, or if it's your belly, like your, what do you call it, your diaphragm, if you feel the diaphragm move, whatever you feel the most, wherever you notice it the most, just pay attention to that and just focus on that and try not to think about anything else. But the thing is, because you're human, you're not going to be able to go, it's very highly unlikely that you'll be able to go 15 seconds without finding yourself lost in thought, or more likely even 10 seconds. Probably even less in a lot of cases. But you just want to sit there and just focus on the breath, and then you're going to notice you're thinking about something, and that's okay. You're like, don't be like, oh, I can't meditate, I'm shitty at this, I'm doing a terrible job, here I am thinking about something. No, it's fine, that's totally normal. The whole point is just to notice that that's what happened. So you'd be like, oh, here I am lost in thought again, okay. And then just kind of a little thing I like to do is you kind of like take another big inhale, and then when you exhale, just kind of like let that thought go off and just like disappear, and just feel relaxed, and just go back to your point, what you're paying attention to, just that place of your breath and just noticing your breath. And then you're going to be lost in thought again and again and again. And every time you are, just notice, oh, hey, I'm thinking about this. And then just let it go and then go back to the breath. And that's a very basic start to meditating. And if you do that a little bit, and it works, but like this isn't a guided meditation. I'm just like trying to tell you how the basics of it. It's easier if you're like listening to somebody like kind of point it out. But you'll notice that these thoughts, like you're not like you don't decide to start thinking about something. It just happens. And it's just noticing the nature of that and the experience of it. And all my meditation stuff that I've learned, I've tried various other things like that Headspace app or whatever. And they refer to that, how your mind starts wandering and you start thinking about stuff. They call it the monkey mind or whatever. Like, that's all right. But I found that Headspace was more just about relaxing more. And I don't know, that seems to be the general theme of meditations. Like I've heard ones like, picture that you're in a beautiful garden, picture you're in your happy place. And, like that's all fine. But I found a lot of benefit, like the path I chose for learning meditation was through this guy, Sam Harris. You can look him up. He's an interesting fellow. He's got a podcast. He talks about huge, wide variety of topics. I used to listen to a lot. I really don't listen to it much anymore because I don't know, I guess because I'm a cheap ass and it's behind like a paywall. Like they're usually like 2 or 3 hour conversations, but he only puts like the first 45 minutes on Spotify. But that's beside the point. He also is very into meditation, and it was kind of my introduction to it. Actually, way back on the old Daily Show, way back when Jon Stewart used to be on. He's on it again, oddly enough. But this was way back when, and this Sam Harris came on promoting a meditation book, and he gave a quick little intro to like, this is how you meditate, super easy. And that stuck with me for a while, and I did it. And then I ended up like just the super basic. And I was like, well, that's interesting. And I tried to practice that for a little while. And then years went by, and I stumbled upon it again. Actually, I stumbled into his podcast, and then I found his meditation stuff. And he's got an app called Waking Up, but anyway, and that app Waking Up is actually a really good introduction. If it's still the same way, there's like a 5 meditations that are like it's sort of like a course level. They get more advanced as they go on. And the first 5 ones are like free, but then you have to subscribe to unlock the rest. But it's a good introduction, even if you don't end up subscribing. But I'm not trying to plug the shit or anything. I'm just saying, but he has a very good approach. He's an atheist with a background in, what do you call it? Not brain surgery, but studying the brain. I can't think of what it's called right now. But like he comes from a good place, and he discovered meditation through experiences with psychedelics in his younger years. But he's had a few bad trips, which he's compared it to how do you say it? Have you ever stood at the top of a mountain of sorrow for the eternity? Oh, a mountain of despair or something more like that. Have you ever stood on a mountain of your own despair for eternity? Because it's kind of like that, a bad trip, I guess, or one of his. But anyway, he said that convinced him that there was more to the mind, so he started seeking out meditation, and he's tried very different varieties of everything. And he says that like psychedelics are like strapping yourself to a rocket and you just blast off and you just go where you go, but something's going to happen. Whereas meditation is more like raising a sail when there's a light breeze, Anyway, but the meditation, I think it's interesting. I think it's good. I think everybody should try it, and just do that introductory bit. Just sit, relax, take some breaths, pay attention to your breath. When you find yourself lost in thought, acknowledge the thought, let it go, return to the breath, and just do that. And just notice about your thoughts, like where do they come from? Whatever. And then the meditations go on, and he has you do other things, because you certainly don't have to sit or have your eyes closed or be focusing on the breath to meditate, but you kind of need to like learn some things to kind of do how to do it. Like you can focus on anything to meditate. But anyway, there's a lot there. There really is a lot there, and it's helpful. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to make you necessarily achieve nirvana or anything like that, but you can learn some things about like your experience, because everything we experience is through our consciousness. So it's like, what is our consciousness? And not in trying to define anything in a scientific way or make any claims at all about this is how it is, but like this is the experience. Notice how this is like this. Notice how this is like that. Now do this. Now what do you think of that? I don't know. There's a lot there, and if anybody is interested in trying meditation, I'd be like, anybody listening to this, I'm sure knows me because personally, because I don't have high hopes for this podcast. And how long have I rambled already and not really gotten anywhere in particular? But if you're interested in meditating, I'd be more than happy to do some meditations with you and like get you started. And then if you're interested, I can point you in the right direction where you can study it on your own a little bit. And like I said, well, I don't know that I said, but yeah, there was 5 or 6 years ago where I was in a certain state and I was meditating quite a bit and going through that app, that Waking Up app. I got pretty far into that, and I don't know, there's just a lot of tools you can pick up that can help you in your daily life, but it's difficult sometimes to recognize and then employ the tools. Like, if you're in a certain state, like if you're angry about something, like it's difficult. Like when you're angry, you kind of want to stay angry, and you keep like reminding yourself about the reason that you're angry, it's a perpetual thing, because really, if you just kind of like let it go, like you have to keep feeding the anger, otherwise it fades. It's an interesting thing. So I don't know. I'm not gonna get all that, but you learn tools so that you can cope with different things, and it's pretty good. Boy, have I rambled enough? I think I've rambled enough. Why don't we get on to whatever the hell we're doing today? Because I guess my guess is me making up some lyrics to beats from YouTube with JP on keyboards and or guitar. La 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 la.
Taking it back
to the store.
I'm taking the shit back.
Oh, all right. So I took a little break there, and I was regretting that I didn't go into the logical fallacies of Christianity, but we'll try that another time. I've talked about enough of that nonsense for now. Now I'm going to move on to my nonsense. Ha ha! Because I am kind of, my whole existence is kind of nonsense, really. What's the point? What's the point of making little songs and putting them on Spotify? What's the point of spending all that effort when, you know, they're going to be they're going to turn out all right, and I'll like them. I'll listen to them way too much, but everybody else maybe not so much. So I do various little creative pursuits. So I do some painting. I do painting. I don't do it that often. I've usually got 3 or 4 different paintings like in progress, but I'll go months without touching any of them sometimes. But all the same, my paintings are just like piling up and accumulating. And like after I finish one and it's all dry and everything, I can sit and just look at it for quite a while, just going, ooh, neat. Oh, I like that part. Oh, I like that part. Oh, look at that. I never noticed that before. That's interesting. Oh, I never looked at it like that before. It's the same with music. If I make a song, I'll listen to it over and over and be like, oh, yeah. Or even these podcasts, I listen to these podcasts. I'm like, I guess I get enjoyment out of listening to my quote unquote art or looking at it. But other than that, what's the point? I've never tried to do anything with these paintings. They're just piling up around the house. Nobody really listens to my SoundCloud or my, did I say SoundCloud earlier? Yeah, on Spotify, iTunes, all that stuff. And the previous songs that I did that are just on YouTube and SoundCloud. But like, what's the point? Anyway, but you know what? As long as you like them, Doug, that really is the point. Well, okay. Especially the music, like writing songs, trying to get a good recording of them, like, and then trying to mix it and get it all just so. There's a lot of work there. Oh, everything's so much damn work. But anyway, so as I said, well, we're gonna do some songs. No, I'm gonna play some crap that I made up over beats with Josh doing some guitar or keyboard. So this first one, it's just the first part of this song. I really like this. I'm not trying to say it sounds like Drake, but it's like the closest I've come to sounding kind of like Drake. This is short, just this beginning part. I ran out of words pretty quick on this, but I'm gonna play it twice because it's short. So check this out. There's a mission when you're gonna come and listen, when you're gonna feel the burn, when you're gonna know the score. Everything you get, you ever want, you want it more. Yeah, you always said that you always wanted more, you said you wanted more. Not less, just more, you always wanted more, yeah, you wanted more. If you wanted more, you better get yourself up before you better. There's a mission when you're gonna come and listen, when you're gonna feel the burn, when you're gonna know the score. Everything you get, you ever want, you wanted more. Yeah, you always said that you always wanted more, you said you wanted more. Not less, just more, you always wanted more, yeah, you wanted more. If you wanted more, you better get yourself up before you better. Yeah, so that's me trying to make up some words. I think some of the words were missing there, but I don't know. See? Pretty nonsensical, but not too bad. Okay, so my favorite one here that we did, remind you, like, I'm just making these things up on the fly as the beat's going, and so I'm just totally making it up. But I kind of like this one. So here's the lyrics, and I'll provide some commentary here. Don't look back, don't look behind. The rear view mirror can be unkind to your soul. Where's your control? You're feeling on the inside, eating up the middle. That's a weird line. What the hell am I talking about there? I don't think anything. I think they're just words I'm coming up with. You're feeling on the inside, eating up the middle. Everything you used to know, you only know a little. You lose more every day. Everything fades away. Yeah, getting older, that stuff kind of happens, you know. Memories fade and you forget things you used to know. I like to say that I've probably forgotten more than most people would ever know, but I don't know. Anyway, so let's continue. I told you once before, I'll tell you once again, everything that begins will come to an end, and I know, I've been down that road. So you can eat my dust and kiss my ass when I'm passing you while I'm passing fast, and you can take it on back to the store. All right, and then for some reason we go in a weird direction. I guess because I said take it back to the store, and you could take it all back to the store. Well, Karen wants this and Karen wants that. Well, Karen, why don't you just take that right on back? 'Cause it ain't flying here, close to the ground. I don't know, huh? Yeah, I kind of ran out of things to say there, so I went, I don't know, huh? And then here, like an arrow, you pierced my heart. Right in the forehead like a dart. I mean, I like the way it sounds, but which is it? An arrow or a dart? And is it in the heart or the forehead? I don't know. Pretty nonsensical, but it sounds good. Like an arrow, you pierced my heart, right in the forehead like a dart, and I can feel that stare from here, and you can melt a candle with your left ear with the way you lean into your words, and the evil deeds you curse, and the things you say that just won't go away, and everything you ever told me about where it hurts. Yeah, that line about, and you can melt a candle with your left ear, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I don't think it's an earwax reference, but you know, it's just coming from the depths. It's just flowing on out. Okay, let's see. And the evil deeds you curse, and the things you say that just won't go away, and everything you ever told me about where it hurts, and I could tell you one thing, but you would tell me another. I like that line. But I could tell you one thing, but you could tell me another. I could tell you one thing, but you could tell me another. Don't try to tell me about your mother. I know it's her birthday Tuesday, but we ain't going there. You could go, I don't care. Okay, so that's a little bit inspired by a Kenny AppleTree song, Pert Near. He's just like his wife saying this and that, and he's like, yes, dear, pert near. Did you take out the trash like I asked you? Yes, dear, pert near. And then she says something like, don't forget my mom's birthday next Tuesday. I don't know. So that's pretty nonsensical. Yeah, you see, you can go, I don't care. Oh, and then it takes a dark turn, like apparently heroin or something. I don't know. Flying up to the moon. It's the only thing I can do. I got the needle, I got the spoon. You know, sort of like that Rolling Stones song, Wildflowers. I'll be in my basement room with a needle and a spoon and another girl to take the pain away. Anyway, that's probably somewhat inspired by that. Got the needle, I got the spoon. I just need to get away from you. Ooh, now I'm sailing high. Actually, this little part, this I'm sailing high part, like I actually try to sing it and it doesn't come off too bad. And I'm making it up in the moment. And I actually kind of like that part when you listen to it here. Okay. Ooh, now I'm sailing high. Now I know the reason why. I've just got to fly. I got to fly. Sail away again so high. Look down through the clouds. Everything I see, I don't want to see it now. You're way too small, going way too big. I don't even do any of that, you see, so I don't even know what that means. Spill your guts and spill your beans. Well, it's spill the beans, not spill your beans, but it just wouldn't have the same ring to it either. So spill your guts and spill your beans. It really don't make no difference to me. I'm on the inside. I know your dreams. Ooh, creepy. Everything you want, everything that you see. And I'm right there in the front. You're in the back, so keep your mouth shut. Well, that seems unnecessary. Like I said, I'm just making shit up. I'm not trying to be any particular way or another. And it goes on. And do what you're told. Don't step out of line. Make it all good and ride the line. and I could take you on back, but you don't want to go there. I can save you, baby, but you don't want no care. That's kind of, I can take you with me, but you ain't coming back. I don't know, baby, just cut me some slack, yeah. I could take you with me, but you ain't coming back is kind of reminiscent of a Little Peep lyric. Oh, yeah, it's something like that. I can't think of the name of the song right now, but that's kind of where that comes from. So yeah, it gets a little, I don't know, the ending of it kind of, I kind of don't like the tone of it, but overall I kind of like this. Anyway, here, check it out.
Yeah.
Don't look back, don't look behind. The rearview mirror can be unkind to your soul. Where's your control? We feel it on the inside, eating up the middle. Everything you used to know, you only know a little. You lose more every day. Everything fades away. I told you once before, and I'll tell you once again. Everything that begins will come to an end, and I know. I've been down that road, down that road. Do you need my dust to kiss my ass? When I'm passing you, when I'm passing fast, and you can take it on back to the store. Care was this, care was that. Well, care, why don't you just take that right on back? 'Cause it ain't flying here from the ground. I don't know. Like an arrow, you pierced my heart, right in the forehead like a dart, and I could feel that stare from here. You could melt the candle with your left ear, with the way you lean to your words, and the evil deeds you curse, and the things you say that just won't go away, and everything you ever told about where it hurts. And I could tell you one thing, but you could tell me another. I could tell you one thing, but you would tell me another. Don't try to tell me about your mother. I know it's a birthday Tuesday, but we ain't going there. You can go, I don't care. Flying up to the moon, it's the only thing I can do. I got the needle, I got the spoon. I just need to get away from you. Now I'm sailing high. Now I know the reason why. I just got to fly. I got to fly. I sail away and feel so high, and looking down through the clouds. Everything I see, I don't want to see it now. You're way too small for way too big. I don't need to do any of that, you see. So, ow. Spill your guts and spill your beans. It really don't make no difference to me. I'm on the inside, I know your dreams. Everything you want, everything that you see, and I'm right there in the front. You're in the back, so keep your mouth shut and do what you're told. Don't step out of line, make it all good and ride the line. And I can take you on back, but you don't want to go there. I I can save you, baby, but you don't want no care. I can take you with me, but you ain't coming back. I don't know, baby, just cut me some slack, yeah.
That was something. Yeah, it was something. All right. So that was that. Here's another one. I kind of like this one. These lyrics are a little dark at the start. The sea is like glass. I lost my ass at the casino. On this boat in the lake, not even a single wave. It looks like glass. Should I slip beneath the surface? Let it all go? Sink down deep? Down way below? Or should I stay? Should I stay today? Whole world spinning and I can't keep up. Damn live wire can't make a buck. And I need to get back to where I started from. Just a young boy with a dream and a gun. I said nonsense. It's just nonsense. Just a young boy with a dream and a gun. Someone proud to call me son. A leather boot. A leather boot. I don't know where leather boot came from, but I tried to roll with it. A leather boot. Because sometimes you gotta put a boot in their ass, and if that don't get them moving real fast, well, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck to tell you about that anyway. Yeah, I spent some nights in bars, closed them down. All that got me was fatter and drunker and stupider. But I digest. So this is based off a Simpsons joke from like way ago. Like Homer's trying to say I digress, but he says I digest. And I always found that amusing. And sometimes I will say I digest and just as my own little joke to me, hoping that the other person like thinks I don't know the difference between digest and digress. Anyway, so I go, but I digest, my dear. I digest your conversation, and I digest this life we're living, and I digress. And then I laugh, I digest. Oh, let me tell you everything that I ever knew. There it was right there, nothing I can sue. Woo-hoo. I don't know, me just fumbling over words. But I stick to it. So I'm like, there it was right there, nothing I can sue. Woo-hoo. Nothing I can sue. What the fuck is that? Like, okay, so I'm literally saying, I have no idea what I'm saying. Nothing I can sue. What the fuck is that? Let me tell you, there was nothing I could do. No one to blame, no one to sue, no one but me. So I tried to work it back in there. But anyway, let's play that one.
Glass. I lost my ass at the casino. On this boat in the lake, not even a single wave. It looks like glass. Should I slip beneath the surface, let it all go? Sink down deep, down way below, or should I stay? Should I stay today? Whole world spinning, I can't keep up. Daylight, I can't make a buck. I need to get back where I started from. Just a young boy with a dream and a gun. Just a young boy with a dream and a gun. Someone proud to call me son. A leather boot. A leather boot. Cause sometimes you gotta put a boot in their ass, and if they don't get it moving real fast, well, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck to tell you about that. Yeah. Oh, I spent some nights in bars, closed them down. All it got me was fatter and drunker and stupider. But I digest. I digest, my dear. I digest your conversation. I digest this life we're living, and I digress. I digest. Oh, let me tell you everything that I ever knew. There it was right there, nothing you can sue. Ooh. Nothing I can sue. What the fuck is that? Let me tell you, there was really nothing I can do. No one to blame, no one to sue. No one but me. But in the morning light, it all hits much different. I can't really say nothing, but I can't say I wasn't with it. Cause I can't catch up with it now. It's too far ahead and there ain't no way how I'm gonna live in that light.
The goodness of
Hey. It is what it is. All right. See, this is what happened when I don't have guests. So come be on my podcast. Come be on my podcast. You. I'm talking to you. Come be on my podcast. Sit over here across from me. Let's talk about stuff. Let's talk about fun stuff. Let's have some laughs, have a conversation, find out about you and your life and the things that drive you and turn you on and like what's good with life and woo. Okay, so here's another one. This one isn't especially good, but I do kind of like, there's a part of it that gets stuck in my head, like, why you gotta get it gon' get it gone, something like that. I don't know. I kind of like this one. Check it out. Yo.
When you got your ass on that road, sitting in prison, ain't nothing fucking listen. I ain't never gonna say another damn thing again. I'm gonna sit in the cell and live with my hell. Hope that everybody's out there doing well, but I got nothing. You know I got nothing. I remember sunshine. I remember the day I died. The day I died. The day I died. Cold trace, cold toilet in the cell.
a little Nelly vibe going here. I feel a Nelly vibe.
I don't know Nelly. I don't know Nelly. I don't know Nelly. Do you know Nelly? I don't know Nelly, but I know that you always wanted something that you never really got. Well, you gotta go and get it. Gotta get it right now. If you don't do it yourself, never gonna see how. Never gonna see how far it is. Y'all about to take a shit. Go for it, take a shit. Go for the shit, fucking head. Go for it, go fucking take a fucking shit. Yeah, you gotta get it, get it, get it, get it, get it going. When you gonna get it, get it, get it, gonna get it going. When you gonna get it, gonna get it, gonna get it going. When you gonna be here, why you gotta be gone? Why you gotta be here? Time to be gone. Why you gotta be here? When it's time to be gone, get you gone. I always wanted to see you roll. Watch you always fucking go at a million miles an hour down to the stars. Oh.
I was going right now with you.
Yeah.
I'm going a million miles an hour. I'm running down the stars. Oh shit, this thing isn't even on here.
I fucking lost it. Yep, you lost it. All right, buddy. Yeah, lost it. Yeah, fucking lost it. Yeah, I'm losing it. Crazy. Nah, not really. It's all good. So here's another one. And for this one, apparently I decided I was gonna do it from the point of view of some kind of gangster loan shark. So in this song, apparently I've loaned money to people on points, and they haven't paid me, and I run into them in places, and well, here we go. So it starts off weird. So I was up against the top, and I was pushing all the way, and I couldn't see anything, not the light of day, but something was up, but I couldn't see. My shades were too dark, and they were pushing on me, and I was pushing right back. I wasn't taking no shit. I pushed right back up against the vent. It almost sounds gay or something, doesn't it? Not that there's anything wrong with that, for real. Yeah, be yourself. Be who you want to be. It's all good. Okay, so I pushed right back up against the vent. I bring out the 9, and I let 2 fly. And then they know that's the end. They gonna die, and they know. And then the chorus, I get a little bit of a chorus going in this one somehow. I take the money and run. I take the money and run. Boom, boom. Well, I guess they done. Shoot. I'm out. I take the money and run. Okay, and then it goes, it was late afternoon. I was chilling in my ride, and I had a fine girl sitting right beside. So obviously I'm making stuff up. Oh man, I haven't dated anybody. I've gone on some dates, and the girl, they're always like, they're like, yeah, you're a nice guy, I had a good time, but I don't want a second date. It's pretty much the gist of it. Yeah, I haven't like had a girlfriend or nothing for like 2 years. Oh, and that one drove me crazy. Oh, we won't go into that. She drove me crazy. Crazy. Didn't I just say something about I was going crazy earlier? By the way, I'm not going crazy. I'm just kidding. But she did drive me crazy. Anyway, and I had a fine girl sitting right beside, and we was going down to East Side Shore. I have no idea what that's supposed to be, but that's where we're going. We're going down to East Side Shore, but I seen someone I seen before, and they owed me a lot, not just a bit, a whole bunch of money, and then something indecipherable, like I'm not even sure what I said. But then I clarify, they owed me a bunch of money. So I pulled right up and I said, what's up? You remember me, you fucking punk? Oh my, that's a little over the top, isn't it? I shook him down real nice. He spent the night out in the tide, and I bet he's washed up by now, and that's fine. And they can find him and do whatever they like. Boy, apparently this guy ended up dead out in the ocean. That's unfortunate. The lyric, that's actually not a bad bit of lyrics there. He spent the night out in the tide, and I bet he's washed up by now, and that's fine. They can find him and do whatever they like. But me, I'm rolling. I'm sitting in the E. I have no idea what the E is supposed to be. God got his soul, but I got his money. I took the money and run. I took the money and run. And then there's a third verse about some crooked cop owing me money, and I throw him out of a window. Like, it's ridiculous. It's just plain ridiculous. Anyway, here's that. Yeah.
Yeah. I was up against the top and I was pushing all the way. I couldn't see anything, not the light of day. The sun was up, but I didn't see. My shades too dark, it's pushing on me, and I was pushing right back. I wasn't taking no shit. I pushed right back up against the net. I bring out the 9 and I let 2 fly, and then they know that's the end. They gon' die and they die. I take the money and run. I take the money and run. Boom, boom. Well, I guess they done. Shoot, I'm out. I take the money and run. It was late afternoon. I was chilling in my ride, and I had a fine girl sitting right beside. And we were going down to East Side Shore. But I seen someone I seen before, and they owed me a lot, not just a bit. A whole bunch of money, bitty. They owe me a bunch of money. So I pulled right up. I said, what's up? Remember me? You fucking punk? I shook him down real nice. He spent the night out in the tide, and I bet he's washed up by now, and that's fine. They can find him, they can do whatever they like. But me, I'm rolling. What does that mean, fluid fluid? I mean, he went out the goddamn window through a tall building. Sit down. Want no money, but I still run. I still run.
I don't know. Oh, well, thanks. Appreciate that. Yeah, okay, good. Not bad for just making shit up off the top of my head, you know. Well, parts of it suck, but it is what it is. By the way, these songs that I played, they weren't necessarily in order of the way they happened that night. Then we decided we'd try something different. We tried to play one of our old MulletTop songs. So we tried to play Run Through the Jungle, and neither of us could remember how it went. The extreme song? Oh. Okay. It just starts right off, doesn't it?
You gotta run through the jungle.
How the fuck did I do that? I'm losing now.
It's alright. That's another one. I'll tell you what, dude. I will write down the lyrics. And I did, actually. I went through for a few of the old MulletTop songs that we try to play every once in a while, and I could never remember the lyrics. So I went back to them and listened to them and wrote down the lyrics for those. Hold on, where's it at here? Now, Run Through the Jungle is kind of it's kind of funny. So let's do this real quick, okay? It starts off, and it goes back and forth. Like some vocals are Josh, some vocals are me. So it starts off with monkey noises, ooh ooh ah ah, ooh ooh ah. And then it's, you gotta run through the jungle, you gotta hide from the demons inside, you gotta run through the jungle, cobra snakes and all sorts of things, yeah. And that's pretty much the chorus of it. And I love the fact that we're talking about the jungle and the one creature we named there, cobras. I don't think cobras are in the jungle. I don't think cobras live in the jungle. But I don't know. That's good. And then here's a verse. Don't look the tiger straight in the eye. That's good advice right there, I'll tell you what. Don't look the tiger straight in the eye. Stand your ground when gorillas charge. Don't trip in a hole where the rhinos run. Exotic birds, parrots scare me to death. Okay, so we do the chorus again. Cobra snakes, all sorts of things, yeah. Okay, then the other verse, there's only two verses. The panther ate the monkey. No more bananas for him. Scary spider bit the panther. It went into convulsions. Another monkey swings on some vines. Oh, the tiger's eyes hypnotized. Death, scorpions, poisonous frogs, evil things lurking in logs. Lurking in... All right, so I'm going to play it. What the hell? Here's the original Run Through the Jungle, MulletTop Cocktail. This recording is, it's probably over 20 years old now. This recording is probably old enough to legally drink.
Through the jungle, you gotta hide from the demons inside. You better run through the jungle, cover snakes and all sorts of things, yeah. Don't look the tiger straight in the eye. Stand your ground when gorillas charge. Don't trip in a hole where the rhinos run. Exotic birds, parrots scare me to death. till you're hypnotized. The panther ate the monkey. No more bananas for him. Scary spider bit the panther. It went into convulsions. Another monkey swings on some vines. All the tiger's eyes hypnotize. Death, scorpions, poisonous frogs. Evil things lurking in logs. Lurking in. You better run through the jungle. You get high from the tail of the tail. You better run through the jungle. Through the jungle. Through the
Come on. Isn't that great? Even with my off-key ass, it's still pretty good. I don't know. I think we could do an even better version today. Like just sound quality. Like I think I could do a better vocal performance, but what the hell. That one can live on. That can be the definitive Run Through the Jungle. Hey, do you remember towards the beginning I mentioned I had a special treat at the end? I think this is the end. I think it's time for the special treat. What is the special treat I have here for you people? Go ahead and guess. I'll wait. Nope, that's not it. Guess again. Nope, that's not it. Guess again. No. What? Did you say a Kenny AppleTree song that you've never heard before? Well, that's what I got for you. Ha ha! Well, so Kenny was pretty loosened up. Well, let's put it that way. He'd had a good night. He's pretty loosened up, and he had his guitar. He's on the microphone, and he just started making stuff up. So this is a completely made up song by Kenny AppleTree. Like, I'm not the only one with the freestyle. I almost said that I'm not the only one with the freestyle abilities, but to say I have freestyle abilities is to be a little liberal, a little generous. But anyway, Kenny's got some freestyle abilities for sure. Check this out. It's called Nub. There's actually two parts to it. There's Nub, and then there's the second part. But ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the great Kenny AppleTree for probably the only time it will ever exist or be played. Nub.
Don't think that's it. It's from stretching my pee-pee with my hand. And it don't understand all the work that's gotta do. When it's stretching my pee-pee out, you gotta take it easy on your pee-pee. Because if you stretch it out too much, it'll just shorten up and then be a nub. And then you'll have to work for your living. Because no girl's gonna want a short nub. When you play with your nub, it gets shorter. Much shorter.
What happened to it?
I don't know. I should play with some more. Maybe it'll get bigger. It does for a second, but then it just shrinkers.
I don't think I'll be able to use this, but it's hilarious.
It just shrinkers. It just shrinkers when you play with it. Just leave it alone.
Just leave it alone.
Just leave it alone.
Baby, leave it alone. Leave it the fuck alone.
It'll do it due diligence when it comes to it. Just wait for it. You'll find a bitch that'll respect it. She won't want it for your money. She'll just want it for your honey. Then you get a wet spot and you squirt all over your cock. Yeah. Then you know you got a good one. She'll be spraying you till the morning sun. That's when you know you got a good one. She'll be spraying you till the morning sun.
Spraying with what?
Squirt, squirt,
What is that?
queef, queef.
What is that?
Squirt, queef, squirt, queef, squirt, queef.
Oh my god!
Squirt, queef,
Oh my god.
squirt, queef,
What?
squirt, queef. I can't understand if it's a
What?
or a oh.
What?
It
Where?
don't matter cause they don't. Now you own them.
What? What?
Now you own them.
How the hell?
When that squirt, queef, you own them.
Oh!
Queef, you own them.
What?
Then you're the ooh.
What?
Squirt, queef. Squirt, queef.
I don't get it.
Squirt, queef.
What? Okay, that was good. It was good. It was good. It was very good. Oh, like if you listen to that and it didn't make you crack up here or there, well, I'm sorry you're having a bad day. I hope it gets better for you. That second part, the squirt queef, he said that he was inspired by a Chris Rock joke, is where that idea came from. Well, thanks for hanging out. This was something a little different today. You know, is what it is. I hope you weren't too annoyed with my own, what do you call it, self-gratification? Self-indulgence, that's it. I had to remember, like, there was a band that used to be called Mindless Self-Indulgence, and self-indulgence was what I was going for there. I never really listened to them. I knew a few people that liked them, and I think I might have tried to listen to a song or two, but it didn't speak to me. But anyway, that's enough of my self-indulgence. Hey, why don't you just go sit, go, well, that was a mouthful. Hey, why don't you just go out and try to have yourself a good day? That's what I was going to try to say, but then I got all cut up. So, hey, thanks for hanging.